Good evening. I'd like to call the Lawrence City Council meeting to order. Today's Tuesday, March 5th. Mr. Clerk, roll call, please.
Council Vasquez. Here. Council LaPlante.
Here.
Council Toomey.
Here.
Council Reyes.
Present.
Council Almonte. Council Aquino.
Present.
Council Bernal.
Present.
Council Vice President Rivera.
Present.
And Council President Moran.
Yeah, please rise for a moment of silence. This past couple of days, I think it was Monday, one of our city councilors, Modesto Maldonado, mother passed away. I just want to wish our thoughts and prayers out with him and his family. Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance. Sorry about that. Council, the first item on the agenda is acceptance of the minute for February 19. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Ready, second, and discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is public participation. Participant, you have 2.5 minutes to state your comments. After 2 minutes, the bell will ring. You have 30 seconds to wrap up your comments. Please address the city council as a whole, and as individual. First participant, Francis. Where is it? Salak. Name and address for the record, please, Francis.
Hello, Lawrence City Council. My name is Francis Salak. I lived at 260 South Union for 64 years. I love the city of Lawrence, but we have a big problem. The big problem is 2 homeless people froze to death. One of their names is Eddie LeBlanc, and the other person is John Burke. This shouldn't happen in America. We don't want it, and they were both veterans. We don't want this to happen again. We don't want this to happen. It's bad. The housing, like Holy Rosary housing, is great, but the school, maybe we can rehab that and put veterans and people into it, homeless people, to get them off the street. It seems like that veterans guy is doing the best he can. I mean, he's doing great. And the 40% Mayor Lantigua passed with the council's approval, I guess, is great. We need more of that stuff. You'd be surprised how many men pass away, and the woman, that money from City Hall keeps them going. That keeps them going. We need that. This is America. We can't have anybody else freeze to death, veterans or anybody else. There's a lot of people, we got to get them into homes. We got to speed up the process. And congratulations to Lawrence High School. They got the basketball game, North Andover and Wakefield. This is the $100 million school's paying off. It's paying off. We're getting the game. We should have more and more events there. We should have events at the stadium, 30 events a year. We can't be lazy. We got to get that stadium going. Lawrence High School has a lot of events, which is great. We got to get it going. I'm the one. I'll keep pushing it. I'll come here every 2 weeks till we get it. I've been fighting for this for 30 years. 30 years to get that stadium going. But the basketball game is great. The litter, I've been on the city for 15 years. The litter problem isn't going away. The police do the best they can. It's hard to catch the people. We need more cameras in the city of Lawrence. I remember one time going to South Lawrence Common when I was there, I counted 81 diapers. And you know a man isn't going to throw 81 diapers in there. I didn't see who threw them, but usually women handle the diapers. But the problem is Lawrence is dirty. You come from Methuen to Lawrence, it's dirty. Mount Vernon is clean. Prospect Hill, basically clean. We got to clean up our city. We got to have more cleanups. We got to do it.
Thank you.
If it takes Frank Salak or Frank Moran or anybody, all the councilors to be there, all the policemen, let's do it.
Thank you, Frank.
Do it.
Thank you. Thank you. Next participant, Dick Blatchford. Name and address for the record, please.
Dick Blatchford, 3 Harrison Street, Lawrence, Mass. Good evening, councilors. Tonight, as a council, you're being asked to vote for an additional appropriation for Veterans Services. I urge the council to put this vote on hold until you receive an accounting of where this additional appropriation is being spent. The mayor, in his State of the City address, basically indicated that the former Veteran Service Director didn't do a very good job passing out benefits or engaging the veterans in the area. Makes you wonder why he was tapped for a far more important job, larger area to service, in the city of Boston, and was strongly endorsed by the head of the Veteran Services for the state to take over the new position. Currently, the Veteran Services Director and the mayor tell us that the size of benefits distributed has increased by 100%, when in reality it's only 25% or less. There's no transparency from the department or the mayor's office as to where these benefits are going. Perhaps the reason that there was less benefits paid out by the former director was that he had a better handle on who needed benefits, and it didn't just give them out like candy. Just as an added note, I am a veteran. 8 years active duty in the Navy submarine service during Vietnam and 3 years reserve duty with the U.S. Coast Guard. This country does not do enough for its veterans, those veterans who are in need. And if we don't have transparency in where these benefits are being paid, then you're doing a disservice to the veterans who need the benefits, the taxpayers of the city of Lawrence and the state. Delay the vote until you get some honest answers. That'd be a novel idea. If in fact the benefits are correct, go ahead and make the appropriation. Perhaps an audit of the department by the state's Veteran Services Department is in order. Transparency should always be in your mind when looking at any and all requests coming from the mayor's office. Thank you.
Thank you. Next participant, Mark Gray. Former school committee member, Mark Gray. Name and address for the record, please, Mark.
Mark Gray, 4 Plish Way. I want to talk about the assault weapons. I'm against them. This is something that I have firsthand knowledge of and with. In fact, I have an extensive knowledge of this type of weapon, and I would dare say, based on the training and the people I've conducted myself with, that it exceeds anyone in this room, including the police chief. This committee, this city council, as far as I know, doesn't even have a safety committee. There's no civilian oversight board for the police department. If the police chief and anyone else felt strongly enough about this weapon system that they should be purchasing it, then the least that you could do is get an educated opposing view to discuss this, something you would have if you had an oversight board, which you don't. This is a weapon system that is capable of you standing on the Methuen-Lawrence line and firing a round into another city and town, all the way across Lawrence. It's a weapon system and training that should deal with these issues, cold weather issues, the types of training you need with it, the equipment you need to have with this type of weapon system. And to be honest, I don't believe anyone here has any idea of what that entails, nor does the police. The fact is, he's probably going to come up here and tell you they're going to be trained, and that's supposed to magically cover all the issues that are going to happen with this weapon system. In a city that's an urban city that has a low age median with a weapon system that no one knows anything about. I'm a little uncomfortable with that. I'm a little uncomfortable with some of the officers that may be carrying this weapon. Officers in the past that have had issues with the public safety and aggression. So I would recommend that if you're even going to consider this, that at least you solicit opposing views on the dangers of how this weapon could be used in this type of environment. and at least go out and get it from other cities and towns that don't use this type of weapon systems in urban environments, and why they don't use this caliber or type of weapon, especially the drug enforcement units, some of which I talked to years ago, who go large caliber, small guns over small caliber, like a 9mm, is something a drug enforcement unit probably doesn't want. They want something more along the lines of a .45 caliber. Because when you're dealing with people that are on drugs and that type of environment, they want a weapon where the criminal knows he's been hit, it impacts him, and it puts him down. It's just one of the many things that you have to deal with when you're talking about weapons and tactics. Thank you.
Thank you. Next participant, Dick Russell.
Good evening, councilors. The name's still Dick Russell. I still live at 34 Cross Street. First of all, big hats off to the police. They made several good arrests this afternoon, shortly after noontime. It was wonderful listening on the scanner. Now, a little bit of criticism toward the PD, following up on Mark's comments. I don't see the need for the police cruisers to be stocked with M16s or AR-15s, whatever you want to call them. According to the chief last night at our neighborhood meeting, he says everybody's carrying them. Just because everybody's carrying them doesn't mean everybody is right. And as an aside, you're going to put an M16, AR-15 in a cruiser, yet where is the taser? It's locked up in the police station. I've heard calls for that. They have to bring the thing out, okay? The city council deserves some blame on this too, by not letting the citizens of Lawrence know exactly what the $15,000 appropriation was last council meeting. Mention was made of the $240,000 appropriation, the combined appropriation for the election department for new equipment and for the special elections. I don't think that the city should be forced to pay for the special election to replace John Liveshot Kerry. His wife and himself have enough money to pay for the entire election throughout the state to replace him. Now, is there anybody that can connect the mayor of Lawrence with the mayor of Haverhill so the Haverhill mayor can explain to our mayor how to suspend police officers with pay? We presently have 4 police officers on the infamous suspended with pay status. Again, I ask the question, these guys are found guilty. Has anybody figured a way to recoup their salary? Is anything forthcoming on the Sapienza and Atwood situations? It's funny, none of the union officials are backing them up. Does this smell like a quid pro quo to anyone? It does to me. In a lighter vein, in closing, in view of Ivan the police dog firing a gun, I direct this at Mr. Maloney. Well, I have to get gun licenses for my dogs when I bring them in to be relicensed in March. Thank you.
That ends public participation. These names will be submitted to the clerk's office to be archived. Next item on the agenda is public hearings, document 210-12, parking at Walnut Street, allow alternate street parking during winter months. Mr. Clerk, read the notice.
Document 210 of 2012, notice is hereby given the City Council will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, March 5th in City Council chambers at 7 p.m. The purpose of said hearing is to gather testimony, information, and public input concerning proposed amendments of revised ordinances for the City of Lawrence by adding the following new section to paragraph 10.36031, alternate parking certain streets between 12:01 a.m. and 3 p.m., winter parking ban. Walnut Street, both sides along its entire length. Persons wishing to be heard shall be afforded the opportunity as published February 22nd.
Public hearing is now open. Anybody wish to be heard? No? Public hearing is now closed. Counselor, what's your pledge?
I think there's someone.
Oh, there is? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I didn't see you. Name and address for the record, please.
Frankie Robinson, 36 Bennington Street. I'm here for another matter, but since you were listening to...
Well, this has to do with this particular item.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to say something, but...
Sorry.
Is it all right? It's quick.
Quick?
It's quick.
I'll make an exception for you,
Okay,
because
thank you.
I never see you here, so.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
If it was Dick Russell, we would have talked about something else.
The Tarbox School over there, the Walnut and Alder, that street. My daughter goes to the tour box over there. I go pick her up every day. People are running that stop sign like it's not even there. School buses are there, and they just zoom right by them. I mean, I'm quite sure that people should be able to recognize a school building and school kids running around over there. God forbid if a kid runs out there and get hit by a car or something. And I understand the police have their hands full with a lot of stuff that they're doing, you know, and I've been seeing they've been doing a lot of arrests and everything too. But there's not enough cruisers going around through these little streets and through the neighborhood, you know, where it's starting to get warm. There's people burning rubber. You know, I'm tired of smelling people burning rubber all in front of my house, you know, and like the other gentleman said, there needs to be a cleanup here. This city is just, I don't know what's going on here. You know, there's got to be more street sweepers going around. I mean, if the city wants to make money, you know, I mean, I'm originally from Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you put up sweeping signs, if your car is parked there in the city and the street sweeper's coming through there, if your car is there, your car's getting towed. And if you don't realize that, then you got a problem. Then you got to pay to get your car out of being towed. So if you guys want to make some money, whatever you need to do, you need to put up some signs, let people see these signs are up, then maybe the streets get clean more. You know, and stop letting people just do what they want to do. The street sweeper has to go around cars, which shouldn't make no sense. The thing, what's going on in the city is that I've never seen such a blatant disregard for traffic regulations and rules. Myrtle Street in Bennington, they run that stop sign like it's not even there. I don't know where the police are, but I think they need to show more of a presence in the neighborhood because everybody's just going crazy and they're just doing what they want to do. And especially around the school areas, there's people just running stop signs by the school. And when you run over somebody's kid, it's going to be too late to say you're sorry. That's the main thing right there, is the school areas need more supervising going on around there. There's no crossing guards. There's nothing going on right there. But that's the main issue right there, is the kids in the schools. Somebody needs to be out there to deal with that. That's all I had to say.
If you can leave probably your name and address and your phone number with Lillian, I would appreciate it.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll get back to you and probably have a conversation
Thank you.
offline. Thank you.
Great job.
So we're still on document 210-12, Warner Street. Anybody want to speak on that? No? I know I closed the public hearing. Council, looking for a motion?
I would like to make a motion to approve for the next year, meaning when the next winter parking.
Yeah, but it'll take effect right away.
Yeah, no, I just want to make sure that, because usually an ordinance passes, or it becomes in effect 30 days after.
Correct.
So the 30 days will still, well, no, because it's,
It's still be in effect, but it's only from, I believe it's from December 15th to
April,
March 15th.
April 1st.
April 1st?
Yeah, so the 30 days
So
will
it'll
not
be in
apply.
place. If
Yeah, it
you
wouldn't
wait the
apply.
30 days, it'll be in place till April 1st.
All right.
Okay?
Motion to approve.
Do you second? Any discussion? Discussion, Council Toomey?
Thank you, Mr. President. I've read the report from the city engineer, and evidently at one time it was discussed and designed not to make a alternate parking because of a safety issue, because the street's not wide enough. And we do not have a full report from Officer Scanlon either, unless someone has received it since. I would be voting against this. I think safety has got to figure into this thing. And these people, these engineers know what they're talking about.
Thank you. Anybody else?
No, go ahead.
Councilor LaPlante?
Make a motion to table till we get that, so you want to speak, you can mention it.
Thank you.
You want to speak?
Sure.
Councilor Vasquez?
I think that, we have had multiple residents particularly calling me with regards to this item. The Arlington neighborhood, there's hardly parking anywhere. I've been trying to work closely with DPW director. He thinks that it's not the best idea, but I can tell you what. If we plow the street properly, and I've been out there in the streets when they need to be plowed, and I think that the cars will fit. I think that we need to find solutions for the problems that we're facing and not continue just to bury them under the table. And I think that this is a solution to our residents, particularly in the Arlington neighborhood, that are getting